Hello, everyone. It is Rory here at that Eurovision site. We are continuing on with our Dora 2025 interviews. And in this interview, I am joined by the absolutely fantastic Marko Bošnjak, who will be hopefully representing Croatia with his song Poison Cake. Dobro jutro, kako si?
Dobro jutro, dobro sam. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction. It's a
Hvala
pleasure
ti.
to be here.
Thank you so much. Drago mi je, of course, as well.
Opa!
But yeah, so of course, you are hoping to represent Croatia now, and you're going to be competing in Dora 2022 with your song, not 2022, 2025 even,
Right.
with Poison Cake. So, I mean, how was it to get the call through from HRT to say, oh, you're going to be taking part in Dora this year?
It was absolutely incredible because I really thought that after 2022 that it was my last Dora because I was just like, oh, I finished second. I was super close, and I was like, maybe for another 5 or 6 years, I'm definitely not planning on sending any songs through. But then when I got the call back and when I saw the list, I think I was at work or something, and I wasn't really like allowed to express my excitement, but I still did it anyways. So people thought that I was insane, but then I explained to them like what was going on, so everyone was kind of cheering for me in the office. So it's cool. Yeah, it was very good.
I love how that's how you just discovered like that you were going to be competing as you were just doing your normal day job in an office.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, last time I was in Dora, I got the call when I was going back from school. I was literally in the tram, like after my seventh class in high school, and I was like super tired, super wanted to basically die because it was a very annoying day. And then I got the call, and I was in the tram, so I was like super loud and just like
Oh
jumping
my
up and
God.
down. But it was cool. Yeah, yeah. I was one time I was in a tram, the other time I was literally at work. So like really like doing normal day-to-day things and then like having this call is never gonna get old. Like it just shocks you to the core.
No, definitely. But hey, it's not a bad call to get 100%.
Not a
It's
bad
something
call,
very
yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
And like you said yourself, you have experience with Dora, obviously in 2022. And then also, of course, you won Pinkove Zvezdice as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, you
That's
have this kind of experience of these kind of competitions and that. So how do you think that that works into your experience as a singer and as an artist, knowing in these kind of competitions?
Well, I think it really like creates a very resilient and ready version of you for any kind of challenge that might happen, like in live television or during your live performances, because you really learn how to be the best performer that you can and how to really like prepare well for your performance. And I think it's really like a huge advantage for me when it comes to delivering the best possible live performance because I really have a lot of experience in preparing for a big stage and for preparing for the amounts of pressure that are definitely going to be present. But I think if I was able to deal with that when I was like 11 years old, I can deal with it now when I'm 21. So definitely like 10 years of my presence on the music scene in the Balkans was not for nothing. I think everything has led, like to this moment where I can really express what my talent is and how confident I feel in it. So I'm just super excited to show everyone what we've created so far.
Oh, wow. It sounds like you've got some really big plans anyway. It sounds like I'm really intrigued to see what's going to be happening. And
Yeah.
and so like let's talk then about a little bit about your song Poison Cake. I mean, the lyrics are quite kind of dark, but also there's still a little bit of a playful kind of feel to them. I mean, can you explain just how the song was written? How did it come about?
Yes, I mean, it has like multiple meanings, the song, and there's like a lot of metaphors, obviously, but we wanted to have this like bittersweet vibe to it. So we were also inspired by some of the like greatest fairy tales, like Hansel and Gretel and what's the other one? I don't know because I got the first draft of the song and then I was kind of collaborating with the songwriters on it. But the song is literally about the emotions that you are not allowed to feel. So it's a lot about revenge, about feeling frustrated, about really wanting someone to get their karma, to like get something bad happening to them because you feel like they deserve it. and you're maybe gonna say it to one of your closest friends, or you're gonna say it to your neighbor over the garden fence, but you're not gonna say that out loud. Like you're gonna say it very quietly and be like, you know what, they got what they deserved. But in this song, we really say it loudly and proudly, because sometimes you really have to stand up for yourself and let people know that like the underdog is rising up. Like you do not control me anymore. I am my own person, and I will beat you up if needed.
Yeah. Be
Yeah,
careful now, guys. Marko Bošnjak is around, and don't want to cross him. That's what I'm
yeah.
getting from that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and but it's kind of cool as well because like you're kind of bringing it through this idea of like of caking, like of a cake
Yeah,
idea. So I
yeah,
mean, I guess within the metaphor of that in itself is like, okay, this is where the sweet and the dark kind of come in together, isn't it?
yeah. Exactly, because we want to serve revenge in a very like, not in a cold way, but in a very sweet way. We want you to think that you're gonna be biting into something that's so sweet and so nice, because that's how I may seem on the outside. But if you cross me, you literally should be careful. And that's the message. That's not only about me personally, but I feel like all of us really want to have this moment of, you know, being like standing up for their justice, and fighting for what's right for them. And I know that I have like at least 10 people in mind when I'm singing this song. And I really want people to feel the anger and to feel the frustration, be like, you know what, I get him, I get why he's so mad, because I feel the same emotion. But we're like socially not really allowed to say we feel like that, like you're allowed to feel happy and sad. That's what we've mastered so far. But then the rest of the emotions really get like put on the side a bit. So I really want to show that it's okay to feel these things, and it's okay to, want to have justice served, basically.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think it's definitely a topic that people don't really talk about that much. So it's
Yeah.
nice that you're sort of bringing that to a bigger stage as well. So I guess kind of like looking at like Eurovision and Dora as a whole. I mean, obviously you've taken part in Dora before. So, have you had much in the way of like experience with all of these other kind of contestants that you've had? Like are you a big Dora fan? Are you a big Eurovision fan? Like how has Eurovision sort of played a part in your life?
Yeah, I'm definitely a big Eurovision fan, because I started like watching Eurovision like as a very small child. I think that the first one that I actually remember was Severina Maštikla. Like that
Great
performance, I
song.
literally remember like dancing and pretending that I'm Severina in front of the TV. And I'm also like this crazy person that organizes like Eurovision parties at my
Love.
at my home, and then I force everyone to vote. Like I give them all of these papers, like they need to do the scoring, and then they always ask me the most stupid questions, and then I get so mad, because like, how do you not know this? Like this is supposed to be common knowledge. So in that sense, yes, I'm a huge Eurovision fan. And also like I think it's my version of the Olympics. Like what is the Olympics for like sports people? Like that's what Eurovision is for me. Like I don't care about the World Cup, I don't care about Olympics, I literally only care about Eurovision. So it would be the biggest dream come true if I finally got to represent Croatia on that stage.
No, it'd be fantastic to see that kind
Yeah,
of dream come true, isn't it? For sure. And I mean, obviously Severina, an amazing artist, so and that kind of thing. And so, would you say that like Severina is probably like your favorite entry then of all time, or would you have any others that would come through?
I mean, I definitely have like other favorite entries of all time, but I would say that Severina is my favorite Croatian entry for sure. And I think that if it went to Eurovision like this year, it would still like do probably better than it did before. But I like the Slavic craziness that we bring to Eurovision. I like Verka Serduchka, I
Yeah,
like Ruslana, and just like these wild, completely wild songs. But also I love Portugal from 2017. I love Aminata from Latvia with Love Injected. That's like a
yeah,
niche favorite. I really love that performance. Like also Nina Warrior from Georgia. Like I really have a different variety of songs that I really love, and that's what I like about Eurovision, because every year I like at least five songs, and all of them are completely different. So that's what I love about like this like diverse concept of people from totally different countries with totally different singing styles, with totally different genres, but then still like you get amazed by so many different people that it's like I love the variety that it brings.
No, definitely, yeah, and you're 100% a Eurovision fan if you're bringing out people like Nina Soblati and like
Yeah,
Amanata and that like people who normally would never have any idea who these people are. So you're definitely
exactly.
proving your knowledge there. It's very, very, very
Thank you.
so kind of, we're looking up, we're getting towards Opatia now on the 2nd of March. And I mean, obviously, you must be sort of gearing up for all of your sort of staging and these plans for that. Is there anything that you could be able to tell us, or is everything being sort of kept as a secret for now?
Well, everything is being kept as a secret, but I'm definitely preparing a show. It's definitely gonna be like a visual and like a stage spectacle. Like we're really trying to uh, do our best to choreograph it in the best possible sense. And I really do have an amazing team of people around me, so I really feel confident in what we're going to do. Also with the staging, with everything, I can't wait for people to see it in the first semifinal or the second one. I have no idea in which one am I competing, but it doesn't even matter because I just know that in the moment when the song begins and when people see it on stage, that it's everything is gonna make sense because we're really gonna pull everyone into our own world and we're really gonna enjoy ourselves for 3 minutes, but it's definitely gonna be visually and energetically striking, and it's going to be impossible to ignore, which I think is very important. And like for 3 minutes we're going to keep people's attention. Like I really don't think it's possible that this goes as like a toilet break song or performance. I really think it will bring in a lot of attention, so it just like we need to see how it goes in the first semifinal.
Very, very interesting. I'm hoping to see what it's all going to be about now. You've definitely piqued
Yeah.
my interest. I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to look on the stage.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good. And I guess then if someone listens to the song Poison Cake, obviously, you've managed to bring your music out to such a wide number of people. And if someone's listening to that for their first time and they're thinking, oh my God, I need to listen to more of Marko's music, what would be one song from your catalog of songs that you would recommend that people check out?
Oh my God, the thing is, all of them are super different. And like my label was also joking with me that like when somebody asks them, like, oh, it's a Marko Bošnjak styled song, like that literally doesn't exist because I do so many different things and I really enjoy like exploring and I really don't like being like just a part of one genre. I'm like genre fluid or something. Like
Yeah,
I
I love
really
that.
want to have, yeah, I really want to have as much as like expression, artistic expression as possible, and I really don't like repeating the same old formulas. So I would definitely say start with Spokoyan. I mean, start with Molly Zanas because that's the
Of
song from
course, as the previous
2022.
Dora song.
That's a previous Dora song and my first song that I ever released. But then make sure to watch the music video for Spokoyan. And then Asphalt is like this gay pop banger that I really love. And it really like, it's a very like summerish, very much Troye Sivan, very much Charlie XCX
Oh
vibes.
yeah.
So, yeah,
We're
like I
bringing
have
the
a
sweat
variety
tool
of
back.
things like from, yeah, literally from like very emotional ballads to literally something as insane as Asphalt and Poison Cake. I really think it's a variety, and I really love exploring my identity and like definitely just expressing different parts of who I am with
Yeah,
my song.
definitely. Yeah, you should definitely be proud of being able to explore who you are then in that sort of artistry. And
Yeah,
who doesn't love a gay pop banger every now and again? You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly.
I'm sure that all of the great little the Croatian grandmothers would be having a great time if they were listening to those kinds of things. You know what I
They
mean?
would be, even though some of them did listen to it and they were like really expressing their hatred in the comments because they just couldn't fathom because I was, like the sweetest little child who was just singing so beautifully, and I was just doing all of these beautiful like Christian songs in their mind.
Yeah.
Even though Molly Zanassi had a completely different meaning, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. Uh, but what matters is that yeah, people were totally shocked and people were totally surprised. But I do love to filter out my audience, and I've been doing that like for a very long time. Where like I release something, a huge portion of my old audience leaves, but then a new one comes in. So I really think that that's also important to like just grow with people, and like I like reinventing myself. So I really want the people who are following me and my musical path to be people who are okay with that. So
Yeah,
That's
no,
great.
definitely. It's definitely something that, you should be proud of. Of course, this is your career, isn't it? So that's
Thank
exactly
you.
it. So,
Yeah.
and I guess, what would I mean, you kind of touched on it anyway before when we were talking about it, but what would it mean to you to represent Croatia at such a big Eurovision stage? As a big Eurovision fan, to stand on that stage, what would that mean to you?
Well, it would mean absolutely everything, but I also think it would mean a lot of responsibility and just a lot of like hope that I can prove myself like worthy of that. And I really know that I would really do my best to represent Croatia because as a Eurovision fan, I literally know what I need to do. Like I've been practicing for years. I've watched every interview. I was following every artist every year, like and getting into this cult of personality and I'm one with the Eurovision audience because I am the Eurovision audience. So I kind of know what
Yeah.
people want to see on these red carpets, what they want to see, because it's not only about the song, it's not only about the performance, it's also about delivering some personality, like putting some soul into it, not treating it as just like, okay, we have this project and we have to do this now, but like really like immersing yourself into the whole experience and just like doing your best to represent your country in the like shiniest possible light. But we're gonna see if it happens. I'm literally gonna like I'm gonna first have to cry for a few hours and then remind myself that like we need to get serious now and I need to upgrade this performance and we need to make some adjustments and then we're ready for Switzerland.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing how it's going to go. I think it's going to be
Yes.
really, really interesting. I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
And
Same way.
just like one final question then. I mean, obviously, so many new people will have discovered your music now thanks to Poison Cake. I mean, what would be your message to those people who are now going to be sort of following you and joining you along for the ride?
Oh my God. The message is it's gonna be insane. It's never gonna be the same. I'm never gonna repeat the same thing twice. Maybe I will. It depends. But thank you for joining me. I hope you stay and just have the most amazing time ever. Um, be kind to each other, love each other, and just remain positive and just share and appreciate good music and good art. That's it.
I mean, very simple words, but honestly, that's exactly what we need, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Well,
Yes.
amazing. Well, quality i sretnu
Hvala
u
tebi.
polufinalu. So that's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fun. I cannot wait to see how it's going to go. It's going to
Yes,
be
me
an
too.
amazing show, I'm sure.
Super
And
excited.
thank you so much anyway, and the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.